Hey everybody, I'm so glad that you can be with us today. My name is Marcus and this is my wife Kayla, and today at our 10 at 10 we're just going to talk to you a little bit about giving and specifically what you can get from giving. Kayla's going to read you a verse and then we're going to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, so Proverbs 11, verse 24, it says, "One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty."
And as you can see, even with that verse not being very long, it says so much. The fact that really all we're asked to do is give, and God's going to give that back to us. And the second that He tells you to give something, you don't do it is when you start to see issues happening. And we see that with tithing and offering all the time, but we also see it in relationships. I don't give my wife love because I'm necessarily trying to get something out of her, but you do reap that. I give my wife love, so she loves me in return. I give my wife attention, so I get attention in return. And there's things like that where we want to make sure that we're doing our part in every relationship, in every situation. And that's where that giving comes into play.
That's good. That's good. It reminds me of "Given it would be given to you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." It just reminds me that the more that you pour into somebody, or you pour into, even if it's your giving at your local church, everyone, when you give, they get to take part in that. It's everyone has a job. And when someone else does their job, just like when you go to a restaurant, we love to go out to eat and go to different restaurants, especially when we go on road trips and such. But when the person that is cutting the meat or cutting the vegetables, and they're coming together with the person that is cooking the meal, and oh, I'm hungry, you can tell it's dinner time, but everyone comes together, even to our waitress, and we're able to then eat, and then we pay our bill. And we love to give even more when it comes to their tips, because we want to be a blessing to them. And so the more that we come together, the more everyone benefits.
And you get joy out of even that. I know we've
Yeah.
given plenty of times a nice tip and we don't make a big scene, but just seeing the smile on that waitress's face or that waiter's face, knowing that you made their day, just brings joy to us. And that's something that we can all do. It's not difficult, it's not hard, it just takes that willingness.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the times, or at least the way I used to see it was, if it didn't come natural, then I can't do it. And honestly, it's not always going to come natural.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes effort. Sometimes it takes you saying, hey, I'm going to commit to this and this is what I'm going to do. And eventually it might come natural. You can work up to that. But if it doesn't, that doesn't mean you don't do it.
So, with that being said, we challenge you guys to find somebody every day to make an impact on their life. We're heading into 2021. Many people, they're making their goals for 2021, what they want to see different in their lives. Make it a goal to make a difference. We talk about it like the Bay, hashtag make a difference. Make it a goal to just make an impact on someone. We love to see people's smiles, and when we are giving them that extra tip, and they get a little pep in their step, or even when my husband does something and I do something for him in return. I love seeing just the little pep in his step and other people's step. You're paying for someone's coffee, whatever it may be. And like you said, sometimes you have to make a point to do it, but it's not hard to do. And that's the great thing about it. It's really, some things we think that we have to do something extravagant for people. You really don't. Sometimes it's just the smallest things that you do that really make a difference. Yeah.
And I think that's all we have for today. So I'm so glad you guys can join us today. Have a great day, everybody.